Hi, hello, it's me again. Uh, I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't have a script for this, so we're just roll with the punches, essentially. Um, been a while since my Charlie Kirk video, and the reason why I haven't posted it since then is because one, IRL things going around, and two, I always struggle to find one topic to talk about and stick with it. But after watching Echo Base's network video about Tron Ares and hearing what Coach and Nick had to say, I felt inspired to create this video. And I wanted to share my own thoughts about the situation because I think they make very good points on why they think the film in general is not doing so great currently domestically and what's projected to be globally. And I want to share my thoughts because I've been looking at this from the sidelines, and I'm sick and tired of just being on the sidelines and not doing much. So here I am. So first of all, I want to thank Coach and Nick for inspiring me to create this video. Thank you. You two are genuine, honest, and respectful, and I wish you two the best moving forward. If you're ever seeing this video, there you go. But what they said in the video that stuck out to me is a few things. One, they mentioned that they have mixed views on the film, on what they like and what they didn't like, and that while the film is projected to do 6 million globally in terms of earnings, the film overall has a plus 80% audience score, which is overall good compared to the other Tron films. And then the next point they mentioned is why that is. And they mentioned the problems of internet criticism and how hate trains and just unnecessary bashing a film and wanting it to fail because of certain terminologies like girl bosses or slop, or just because they don't like a certain female actor that's in the movie, or heck, they don't even like Disney in general. Those points are fine. However, when it starts to become from a place of genuineness, but then later gets to a point where those very same people are later attacking, harassing, and just basically calling out people like me who enjoyed the film, who actually find nuance in it, paid shills and reviewers, just because they cannot fathom the fact that people out there like something that they don't, because they told those people not to watch the film due to reasons that have nothing to do with the film, period, and just blatantly lie. For example, the girl boss allegations. You hear a lot about that from Nerd Erotic, Jester Bell, Critical Drinker. They all talk about how Eve Kim, or Greta Lee, the person who played Eve Kim, is a girl boss. When really she's not a girl boss in the film at all. I would agree with Coach that she is more of a damsel in distress kind of coded type of character. And what's worrying to me is that they've cultivated an audience or audiences that listen to their lies and blatantly believe them. To the point where they don't even give anything a chance. They don't have self-respect for themselves, to look within themselves, to give respect to other people who like stuff that they don't like, and just blatantly attack, being racist online, being hateful, even though they say, oh, we're not racist, we're not hateful, we're not all these things, when literally 3 to 5 seconds later in the same video or thumbnail that they make literally proves them wrong. It is just wild. And those same people are inevitably destroying franchises that they claim Disney and other people involved are doing. Because when you cultivate an audience based on just negativity and hatred and not caring for anything at all and just being brain dead machines to believe everything they say and act upon everything they say that they should, you're going to have outcomes like this, where a film is very mixed, because let's be honest, Tron as a franchise has always been mixed throughout the years, but mixed movies in general, they bash it so hard that they don't give it a chance, and ironically destroy the very franchise that they claim to protect in the name of let's see, what's the thing? Oh, ending wokeness, or we want male, white, masculine lead roles again. When really that's not the case. That's just not the case, and it's just spiraling out of control. And I don't like it because, one, I'm a fan of Tron. I don't like when I'm seeing what other people are doing. I don't like that. I was one of those people who used to watch these so-called critics who are really grifters in disguise and used to believe everything that they said. That was until I gave movies like Incredibles 2 Incredibles 2 and Transformers Rise of the Beast a chance, and found out that I genuinely and personally enjoyed it and realized, oh, I have nuance. I have the ability to find nuance in things so I can enjoy something. That's the superpower they don't want you to have. And unfortunately, they successfully succeeded. They had people just blindly listening to whatever the hell they say and whatever the hell Chester Bell's doing in the sidelines. Ugh. Like, why? Just why? Why the dance? Why? If anything, that just proves you're cringy. But the point of this video, another point of this video I wanted to make is a belief that stirred in me from something that Coach and Nick in their video mentioned, and that was The Last Jedi. They mentioned they recorded the experience of how The Last Jedi completely destroyed the Star Wars franchise in its entirety, and I agree. I did not like that film. I cringed at it. Didn't bother to watch uh, Rise of Skywalker because I had no interest at that point. Just none. And I think that was the start of when these disingenuous critics came into like being or power, so to speak. They started off doing that. They were genuine at first because they just did not like what was going on. They wanted to preserve what they loved. But then eventually it just spiraled out of control to just creating video after video after video after video, like 2 to 3 videos a day. And yeah, you can make the argument it's to like make bank so they can like pay rent or pay food. It's like, yeah, that's probably one of the reasons. But at the same time, if they're already doing that, then what's with the extra videos? And it's like they don't focus on any genuine criticisms that or genuine problems that a film may have. For example, Tron Ares, some of the characters are written a little too simple or too one note. Shoot, there was something else. Oh, Jared Leto. Yeah, they did not focus on him at all. They just focused on Greta Lee, calling her Asian girl boss. This Barrow is infamous for saying that she's the Panda Express girl boss and deleting that tweet, even though that tweet is preserved by a friend of mine called Otter Noah. So, yeah, that's not something you want on your record, huh, buddy? But it's there. And I think I derailed a little bit, so I'm getting back on track. Reason why I mentioned The Last Jedi is because I believe, again, that film started the disingenuous critics or grifters, with them like coming into like full force power and just at first being honest and then later disingenuous. However, with this film, I feel like it is the turning point of how people perceive and go about film critique in general. Because now we have an example of what happens when you cultivate audiences based on hatred, lies, and harassment, bashing, and we see how that ironically kills franchises that don't really deserve to be killed. And a lot of people, myself included, like Tron. And that's gonna sting for a lot of people. And I think that's just the main turning point of just people not caring what other people online have to say, not caring what grifters spout out just to like feed something to the algorithm because it's disingenuous. It's not right. And people are going to give more films a chance because they don't want franchises that they love to perish because of hateful rhetoric and disingenuous criticism. Heck, I know a few films coming like later this year or next year that I generally am interested in from the trailers and want to give them a chance. Like, for example, Predator's Badlands. I've heard I've heard a lot of negative stuff from the grifters saying that I forgot what the robot's name in the Predators and Aliens universe is called. Um, that the robot female character is going to be a girl boss and take over the main lead of the Predator, even though with critical thinking skills, that is just completely idiotic. It just doesn't make any sense. Especially the film hasn't even come out yet. I know the next film I want to see is the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Yes, I know it looks like just another continuation of a season, but honestly, I don't really much care because I get the vibe that it's just like a fun adventure with the two, and that's something I personally want to see. And if it's bad, I will critique it on my own terms and be genuinely honest about it. What was the third movie? No, it wasn't a movie. It was TV show. It was the Devil May Cry anime for season 2. That's coming out in sometime 2026. I think maybe March. That's rumored to be the case. And I want to give that a chance and support the people who are creating that. And for the same reasons of just not liking what disingenuous people are saying online. Because people are taking things out of context, over exaggerating things, and blatantly wishing death upon the literal director. Yeah, that's a thing. That's how bad it is. And yeah, and if I don't like it, that's fine. Again, I will critique it for genuine reasons and stuff that are objectively stuff that I can see and review, like story writing, world building, characters, etc. Not something like, oh, a character from last season that I supposedly don't like wearing a beret. Like, that's just ridiculous. And it's still astonishing to me that, like, some people are willing to not give themselves the time to back away, to reflect, to have dignity and self-respect, but instead watch people like Jezebel dancing and just being mad all the time and looking lifeless in the cameras. Because my goodness, I don't know what genetics she inherited to get her irises to look that way, but whew, it is unsettling, and I don't want any part of that. I just don't. With that said, though, if Tron as a franchise is gonna inevitably be killed because of bad faith critics and quote unquote reviewers, even though they won't ever see the movie, I want to take a stand as a Tron fan and continue the legacy. Continue the reason why we love Tron to begin with. The aesthetics, the themings, certain aspects of it, like how, like interactions between AI and humans. Heck, I already had an idea of taking a video game character from a gacha game I played called Wuthering Waves. His name is Alto. And his ability in the game is he's a pistol user and he's able to manipulate mist to his advantage to get behind enemy lines, and he's a hacker and he loves money. And he just somehow he's hacking one day and some like enemy lines, enemy computers, and then he's all cocky because he's wanting to get some more money, and he gets transported in the grid and is sent to the games. I don't know how the rest of the story ends because that's still a work in progress, but I think that would be cool, and I think that's something a lot of people would be interested in seeing how two worlds collide, essentially. And that's something I want to do for this channel, is follow my passions, follow what I enjoy the most, follow what I vision in my head that brings me joy, like taking two characters from different places and just interacting with each other and building a story off of that. That I find interesting, that I find creative, and something that can help me with a goal of mine with story writing in animation. Hell, if I must, I will learn animation to help keep Tron alive. And I don't care what anyone else says. Especially the haters. But, yeah, I think that's it's gonna be the rest of the video. And I'm just so sick and tired. I'm so sick and tired of this bullcrap going around. Just black and white, no gray. No ability to be civil anymore. And I'm tired of not giving projects a chance because someone told me not to. Because that's honestly, and excuse my language, that's fucked up. That is fucked up. I don't know how anyone could go through that. Well, actually, no. I do know because I was once one of those people. So, yeah. There's that. And yeah, don't know when the next video is gonna come up, but I think I know what I want to do next, and that is continue with the Tron artwork that I have. I may make some Tron related videos in the future, or do something else, or just be my chaotic self, 'cause I love that. I love being chaotic. I love when I look in my enemies with the stare. I will to give them fear of my chaotic justice. If you haven't quite told already, I love Dungeon Soup. Chaotic good barbarian is wild, and he is crazy, and he is the best. But anyway, that I think is going to be in this video. There may be some audio problems, but I can work that out in Premiere Pro. Other than that, I hope you do well. And thank you again for Coach and Nick from Echo Base Network for inspiring this video. And to anyone watching this, if you want to pursue in critiquing films in a more genuine way and don't want other people to dictate what you say, think, or watch, I would recommend this. If you're feeling overwhelmed, take a step back from the internet, social media, computer, etc. Just take a break and get back to it when you are mentally calmer and ready to digest media again. Other than that, I wish you all well, and long live Tron. End of line, man. End of line.